Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi guys. How are you? Morning, Stephen. Morning, Virginia. Good morning, Diane. Good morning, guys. Hey, Denise. Kate. Morning, Queen Melanie. Dennis. Hi. I have a new setup going on. So all you Facebookers should not experience the fall of the phone anymore. That's my hope anyway. Morning, France. Good morning, Julie. Hi, guys. What is your word of the day? We've got present. Good morning, Marc-Andre. Hi. What's your word of the day? My word of the day today is connect. TGIF. It's a beautiful Friday. I'm supposed to have a really wonderful weekend. I'm hoping to get my bike outside and do a nice long bike ride. I had this idea of doing a picnic, but that's not acceptable. We shouldn't be stopping at any parks. So I'll have my smoothie on the run. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think it's been pretty promising the past couple days. It's been pretty warm. Good morning, Molly. I see Molly. Hi, guys. I love these words. Self-care, surrender, renew, play. What else do we got? Dream. Good morning, Shannon. I love that. That was my word the other day was dream. That's a good word. Morning, Roger. Good morning, Catherine. Hi, everybody. Okay. Molly says thrive. Oof, I love that. Good morning, kinesiologist Kara. Thanks for joining. Kinesiologist Kara, you probably really will love this 5-minute morning stretch because we're doing a lot of wrist mobility and we're doing a lot of ulnar and radial nerve stuff. Catherine says intention for word of the day. Beautiful. Good morning, Kathleen. Hi. All right, everybody. So we're going to do a little bit more of a technical 5-minute morning stretch today on an area of the body that probably gets neglected besides the feet, probably the most, which is the hands, the wrist, the forearm, and some nerves that run in this area that get impinged, give you pain, give you a lack of mobility, a lack of an ability to move your hands in a certain direction. Maybe if you're doing a front squat, maybe if you're just trying to lift a box up onto a shelf, all of these things would be impinged or not possible if you weren't paying attention to your wrists, not paying attention to your mobility in that area. So we're going to tackle that today. And I think I'll give you a couple tips that will help you, especially if you're feeling maybe some little carpal tunnel stuff. I think we're on the computer a lot more than we have been previously, so I think we need to step it up a notch in terms of taking care of this area. So that's what we're going to do. Okay? Sound good? Let's do it. Okay, come on up. Let's widen our feet, widen our legs. Let's squeeze the glutes nice and tight, get them on line. Let everything crack. My knees are cracking like crazy. Serve my hips. Here we go. Arms come together, deep breath in, come all the way up. Deep breath in, reach towards the ceiling. And let's start with some wrist rolls as we always do. Deep breaths here. Let's go in the opposite direction. Really open up the fingers nice and wide. One elbow comes to the same knee, and then we're going to arch over with the opposite elbow and hand. Let's bring our chin down towards the ground. And now we're going to look up. Deep breath in here. On the exhale, we're going to look down. Good. Pass through the center. Deep breath in here. On the exhale, elbow to knee, and then reaching over. Let's have a look at the ground. Breathing through that rib cage that's getting stretched out. On the exhale, breathe out. We're going to reach up towards the ceiling again. Hands come behind your body, setting the hips back into like a swan dive. Right from here, pushing the bum out, really getting the hamstrings to stretch a bit here, making sure the back is nice and flat. Good. From here, let's roll up. Awesome. Okay, let's head to the ground. If you're on hardwood, you're going to want a pillow. Here we go. So, wrists. Let's do it. Facebook, I'm just gonna make sure you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna lower you down a bit. Here we go. Okay. Beauty. Okay. So, let's come down. First things first. Let's take our wrists out, okay? First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do like a normal wrist position. So if you're gonna go into a plank, a push-up, if you were gonna just do anything on the ground, you'd probably be in this situation. So what I want you to do is, I want you to spread your fingers nice and wide, super, super, super wide. And I want you to connect with every single finger that you've got. So that's one of the things that happens with the wrist is that when we go into a plank, we go into a push-up, we've got dead fingers. There's no energy in the fingers. There's nothing dispersed into the fingers. And so when that happens, all of the pressure is in one spot of the wrist. And so instead what we want to do is we want to disperse the energy, we want to get the fingers online, allow the fingers to actually dig into the ground. And when we do that, we can actually get force back up into the body, because when we push into the ground, it's called ground force production. That's what enables you to actually jump, is you're pushing, loading into the ground, and then you're jumping up like a vertical jump. So the same thing is true here. We want to grip the ground with our fingers. We want to push into the fingers. That way we disperse the energy out of the wrist and make sure that the fingers are actually taking some of the weight. So now that we're here, we want to neurologically connect with our fingers, because that's one of the things that happens too, is that whatever is sleepy in the body, the brain sort of shuts down and it focuses on other areas. But we need our fingers for dexterity reasons, for health reasons. We need to make sure that there's a connection there. So I want you to raise up your thumbs. Raise up your thumbs, up and down, as much as you can. Good, keep going. Up, down, up, down. So this one's probably relatively easy. Now I want you to do your index finger. Just your index finger. Connect with the index finger. Probably also relatively easy, but you'll probably notice maybe a difference between left and right. Now middle finger. Up, down, up, down. Good. This is where it gets a bit more difficult. Ring finger. Up and down with the ring finger, both sides, without lifting up the pinky finger, without lifting up middle. You feel that? Now, pinky. Connect, connect, connect. If you feel like you're not connecting, your brain is not connecting, just keep trying. It's one of those things that you just got to keep trying, and you can form new patterns in the brain. So keep it up. One more time. Thumbs, index finger, middle finger. Good. Ring finger and pinky. Awesome. Okay, shake that out. Whew. All right, let's do some stretches for the forearm and the wrist. So again, I want you to spread super wide all of your fingertips. I want you to create a little cage. So I want you to bend the knuckles, and you're going to notice right away if you don't have that ability. I want you to cusp the ground, pull the ground. And so one of the things I want you to look at is just the double jointness maybe you're experiencing in your elbows. So if your elbows look like they're going to shoot this way, that's a problem. So we want to create stability in the elbow. So I want you to pull back. So if you've got this double joint thing, I want you to softly micro bend the elbow. That keeps it in a healthy position. And then from there, what I want you to do is I want you to take the inside of your elbow, the inside part, and the other inside of your other hand should face it. Okay? So I'm here, I'm not here. I don't want to see the inside of your elbows. I want them to look at each other. So when you're in a push-up position, when you're doing a plank, that's how I want you to be, okay? So you're spreading wide, you've got the inside of your face of your elbows, you're not digging into this. This is bad form. We want to activate upper back, scaps, want to make sure everything's online. So inside to inside, okay? From this position, what I want you to do is we're gonna stretch. So we're gonna lean forward, we're gonna lean to the side, keeping the hands on the ground. We're gonna do some circles, bending the knuckles a little bit, and you're gonna start to notice where there's some sticky spots, where there's some tension, where it's not fluid. Just breathe in here, keeping elbows facing each other. The inside of the elbows facing each other. Keep rotating, down and back. Good, keep going. Good, now, keeping those elbows facing each other, lift forward, bring your nose beyond your hands. Feel that? Then bring it back, breathe in. Deep breath out, pressure in the fingers, creating that little cage, coming forward, woo! Then come back. Nice, one more time, deep breath in. Lean forward, deep breath out, come back. Good, shake it out a little bit. We're not done here. You ready? Middle fingers are now gonna face you. They're gonna point towards you. And we're gonna twist. So now the inside of my elbows are facing outward. Same thing, I don't want a double joint, so let's relax into the bend. So from here, same thing, my fingers are nice and wide, okay? Making sure I've got pressure through all the fingers. Here, now I'm gonna lean back, kind of in a child's pose, and that's how I'm gonna stretch the forearm. Deep breath in. On the exhale, slowly lean back. We don't want the bottom of the palm to come up, so try to keep the bottom of the palm in the ground. Let's move to the left. Let's move back to center. Let's move over to the right. Woo! Do you guys feel that? Yeah. Keep those fingers in the ground. Good. See how they've been neglected? Keep that going. My elbows are straight. They're not overly straight, but they're not bent. Good, come back, and neutral, and peel them up. Woo! Yummy, huh? Ay, 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 ay caramba, that's what they would say. Okay, we're not done here. We're gonna work on the nerves. Okay, this is a big, big, big. So we've got an ulnar nerve that runs from the pinky all the way up, okay? Then we've got a radial nerve that goes from the thumb up. So what you can do is you can get into the meaty part of the forearm and you can feel it. It's like a little tension spot there. On the inside, same thing. You can take your thumb and just massage around and you'll start to feel your pinky. Here you'll start to feel your thumb move. So we're gonna tackle some stretching through that area. So what we're gonna do first, we'll do the radial first. So you're gonna sit up nice and tall. I want your thumb to be lost in your palm, in your fist, okay? So when you make a fist, and kind of that joke when you're little, when your uncle loses your nose in their hand, that's what's happening here, okay? So what we're gonna do is hands are straight, down from your body. So we're gonna abduct and we're gonna pronate. So we're gonna take our thumb and we're gonna rotate away from our bodies. So the thumbs are now facing downward. And you shouldn't have to do much more than that for you to feel anything. So you're gonna feel this kind of like heat and this electricity that's gonna go run up here, all the way up here. So your thumbs are up, let's twist them down. Away from the body, you might have to move back, move up a little bit, but you should feel this little bit of nerve stretching and that tissue stretching. Do you feel this? Keeping the elbows nice and straight. Elbows nice and straight. Deep breaths here. So you should feel this little bit of electricity, little bit of tension. The position of your palms, your hands, your fists is important here. Okay, keep that going. Now I want you to take your wrist and I want you to almost slap shot the back wall. So you're just bending a little bit more, taking your hands, wrist slap shots. Back wall. My thumbs are still toward the ground. Ay, 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 ay. Keep going. Almost there. Breathe. Okay, shake it out. Wow, do you feel that? I feel that big time. Okay, that's radial. Now let's do ulnar. So pinkies, what we're gonna do, we're gonna bicep curl. We're gonna bicep curl here. Thumbs are gonna come up towards the ceiling. The pinky is gonna draw down towards the shoulders. And you're gonna spread your fingers super wide. So spread, spread, spread. Keep that tension. Sorry, Instagram. Keep that tension. So you're in this position here. Thumbs are up. Fingers are drawn down towards your shoulders. And where you're gonna feel this is in the pinky, the line of the pinky. So you may feel some like electricity tension. Now the elbows, I want you to pull back, open the chest more. Breathe in through the rib cage and open this up. Really spreading the fingers. Look how spread my fingers are. My elbows are pushing outward. So along the line, now let's go up a little bit with the elbows. Woo! Do you feel that? Deep breaths here. So this is for all the people with the mouse going incessantly all day. Keyboard monkeys, that's all of us now. Okay, deep breath out and relax. Youch. All right, beautiful. That was a lot of mobility, but just do this. Should feel pretty smooth. That's awesome. So wrist health, really, really important. We really got into the fingers, the forearm, the nerves. That was really well done. For any of you, like from a training perspective, if you feel like, you know, in strength training and bodybuilding, you know, we have this thing where we never want something dumb to get in the way of lifting more weights. And the things that are dumb that get in the way really are wrist and grip strength. If you can't grip the bar with the weight of the bar, doesn't matter how much your body can lift, it's just not gonna work. And if you can't get in the proper position, if you're doing a snatch, if you're doing a clean, if you're trying to do a proper shoulder press, if you can't get in the proper position, there's gonna be compensation throughout the entire body. And if there's compensation, there's gonna be a risk of injury. You're not gonna be able to work the muscles the way you wanna work them. So we don't want these little tiny parts of our body to get in the way of proper health and proper function. Not to mention regular life, right? So that's the most important thing. We don't want our wrists, our ankles, our knees, our shoulders to get in the way of just regular life. We want to feel like the little guys get some attention, because that's where compensation happens, is when the little guys can't get online, they can't, they're not mobile enough, they're not stable enough, and that's where we get into issues. So hope this helps. Hope you felt really good about this. My morning prompt for you this morning is something that is sort of like business related, but it's also a reflection tool. So my prompt for you this morning is around criticism. So there's always a little bit of a vein of truth in all criticism that we hear throughout our life. As much as we don't want to hear that, there is a bit of truth, which is probably why things bother us. So if you've been given some criticism recently, got some feedback, and it really bugged you, it kind of hit you and you were like at first defensive, maybe you felt like that wasn't fair, it hurt your feelings, I'm going to encourage you today to just sit with the possibility that possibly there's maybe a little bit of truth to that. And if there is a little bit of truth to that and you don't like that truth, what are you going to do to change it? So there's a lot of philosophical sayings about how our opponent, the opposition, is where we learn the most about ourselves. It's not the yes people, it's not the people who are always giving us compliments and love everything we say and we, you know, everything's just kosher and breezy and awesome. We learn a lot from those people for sure in terms of love and connection and, you know, call them soul buddies in life. But it's our opposition, it's the tension, it's the people where we just quite don't fit, where we're not really, you know, we're not their number one, they're not our number one fan for whatever reason. And hey, maybe there's a lot of projection there. Perhaps it has nothing to do with you. It likely doesn't have anything to do with you, but maybe they had the courage because they're not afraid of what you're gonna think of them, that they said something to you or they gave you feedback that made you go, what's that about? And so do you have the courage to sit with that today? Do you have the courage to reflect on that? You don't have to tell anybody. You don't have to agree with anything. But maybe on your walk today, maybe when you're journaling, maybe when you're in the shower, maybe when you're in the washroom, just let it in. Let it in a little bit just to assess it. You might assess it and say, nope, not appropriate. I'm going to push that out again. But there might be a part of you that accepts it and allows you to change and evolve and get even better and can take that criticism and do something positive with it. That's my prompt for you today. Thanks so much for joining. I love seeing you guys every single morning. Please share this, share the video, share your thoughts about the 5-minute morning stretch and what that's done for you. Thanks for all the DMs and all the hearts and everybody saying how much this is helping them. It's very encouraging, and I'm so glad I made the decision to do this. But let's spread the word and make sure other people have access to it as well. Love you lots. Have a wonderful weekend. I will see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Have a great Friday. Bye, guys.